Hi everyone, we've got every second week of Base Bogans, and then we've got every second week of me just saying hi, here's a little video for you. This is one of those weeks, and as you can see in the video description, this is about cables. So this is my little tiny Hoser patch cable, and I think I'm going to try and keep it short. So I think what we should look at is why you should buy the most expensive cable that you can afford. Firstly, first key takeout, write this down because I know that you've got nothing better to do during quarantine times. We want to get something that's user serviceable. So you won't be able to see that well. I'll do a little cutaway. But there is little screws on here, and you can take the top of this off, which I'm not going to show you how to do because I don't want to break it. And if you have to, you can service and resolder cables like this if you need to. Obviously this is a patch cable for pedals, so try and get decent patch cables for your pedals as well. Don't get those molded ones. So for example, this is a good cable actually, so it doesn't really matter that it's molded. But you know, the patch cables you can get with either the plastic shielding here, or they're just the cheap all rubber PVC ones that have the molded jack over the top. We don't want those because we can't fix them when they do inevitably break. So we want to be a little bit sustainable as well, and a more expensive cable will let us have that option. But in terms of quality, what are we looking for? I've got some on the floor, I've got this one here. This is a Fender, I think it's been rebranded to Fender Pro now, but when I got this it was a vintage Voltage, and I think it was just called the Tweed series. I don't know, it was like 15 years ago. So this is you can tell by how slinky this cable is that the wire inside is going to be quite fine, and that makes it quite strong because there's more little strands of copper in there than in one that doesn't bend very well. So I can imagine everyone going to the shops being like, ooh, this is quite slinky, so I might have 3 of these. And then over the top of it, it's just like must be a nylon weave, because otherwise, I work in fashion retail, so I'm very interested in fabric. There's a little thread there. Yeah, it's some kind of nylon or maybe polyester that is protecting the cable. It's probably not got the PVC under it. I'm not going to cut it open and have a look, but I would say that that's either very thin underneath, like the thickness of this shrink wrap stuff underneath, because it's pretty bendy. And anyway, I'm getting totally distracted about the actual makeup of this cable. It was in 2006 or so about $60. It was very expensive, so it's lasted a long time, which is good. I would buy one again under the Fender Pro thing. I'm not sure if these are the same, but I have a couple of these and they're pretty good. And then I've got a couple of curly ones for you. So this is the Planet Waves curly one, and I just got this because it has the different connections. These are really heavy. I always kind of forget how heavy they are and how easily they just sort of slide off and take the whole thing with it. That's a little bit bent and weird. So I've got just the straight edge one, and then if I can unscrew one of these, it's pretty new so it's hard to unscrew. This does unscrew, but maybe not with your bare hands. You should be able to user service that one as well, because that will just slide down if it breaks at the ends there. Obviously if a cable breaks in the middle, you just got to chuck it out, or you have to kind of service it and make it into something else. I'm not sure what you can do with a curly one though, but there has been times where I've just chopped a cable in half and ended up with 2 shorter ones. And actually that's what prompted this video, is because I just threw out probably about 6 or 7 really old broken leads that I always was intending to fix, and then I put the multimeter on it and there was no signal at all. So I was like, why did I hang on to these for decades trying to fix them? So yeah, in the bin they went. But you know, the intention was there, I was going to service them. And then the other one that I really like and probably would recommend the most. It's really windy and it sounds like there's something going to fall off the roof. Oh well. So this is my Ernie ball. This is my favourite cable. I know lots of people don't really say that they have a favourite cable, but this is my favourite one. It's got the right angle and the straight, which is great for everything apart from my fucking Telecaster, which it needs the straight, so that's why I got this one. All because my Telecaster has that stupid cup jack thing, but that's alright. This one was on sale, so that was down to like $35. Steal. This one's about $55 and still a steal for what you can get, because the Fender one that I wanted was sold out, so I got that one instead, the black one. But that was about $80, so that would be the most I would pay for a cable. You can get those, is it Magwami, that brand? I'll put it up on the screen because I don't actually know. I know it starts with M. But I kind of feel like 180 Australian dollars for a cable is a bit outrageous, especially because these ones are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. So yeah, that's my short discussion on guitar cables. And if there's any other extreme knowledge I can impart on you, it is, if you have two cables and one of them is not so good, put that one between the end of your pedal board and your recording system or your amp or whatever, and put the good one next to your guitar. Yeah, just put it next to your guitar like this. Works perfectly every time. No. So you want to plug the most expensive one and the best quality one from your guitar into either the amp or the start of your pedal chain, because it's moving around, because you're moving around. Whereas the other one, it doesn't matter if it crackles because it's not moving. It shouldn't be moving anyway. If it's like, I would wonder why it would be moving. If it's at the end of your chain, that would be incredibly weird. Don't be a weirdo and follow the instructions in this video. I will have a new Bass Bogans episode for you next week, so stay tuned for that. And hopefully this was informative for you. So if you want to hear more of this compelling content, subscribe and like and comment and tell me how much you love it. And I'll catch you soon.